Let's see. Oh yay. Here we go. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh
Oh
yes.
no.
You just had to ruin it to you. Fuck you. Oh hey guys, Galacticstorm here. Welcome to the show. And today we're at episode 8 of our BashBots Afterthoughts. And yes, it's me in all of its glory. And this punk ass guy named Wither too. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. And we have also two other guests for us. The first one is Evil Toaster and Gumdrops. And we have our Season 1 champion, Jagntag and Sparks. Lady and gent, welcome.
Hello. I'm not welcome here. I could already tell them Wither's allowed. Can't
Yes.
believe it.
Well, Starman,
Yes.
Galacticstorm, whoever.
Yes.
You know, we can't really improve this. We have the fucking we have an old champion. Like, we can't go any further. This is the end of the podcast.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's the best we can get.
Okay, let me end the video right now. Let's go.
We already got the creator of the server. Now we have the champion. Like, what else can we get?
We
Get
need,
Yuki Tome, Ira, Ira.
we
That's
Yeah,
when you truly
true.
beat.
we need Sploodle. We need Kroga. We need Robo Brawler.
They don't matter if you get Yuki Tome.
Yeah, Robo would be cool. But
You think they're better than me?
Yeah.
No. No.
Oh.
Who knows? Poor Sarah. Anywho, yes, episode 8.
It goes in tatters right now.
Yes, it does. Episode 8. It was more
Don't
like...
worry, I'll get back on the server to give you the curvy ratings. It'll restore it.
Why must I suffer with you guys?
I got Jag up to 39 or something.
Yes.
And I appreciate it.
Yes. Oh, yes. Fun. Fantastic. So,
Right, robots fight.
robot. Yes. Yes.
Yes, we're getting off topic, I think. Yeah.
Rule number 1, never get off
We're used to
topic.
that.
Right, Wither?
No, we're used to that. We already had an episode where we cut out half of it just because we went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, we had like 15
Don't
minutes
worry.
cut off. So, no worry. So, let's start with Evil Toaster. Gumdrops. This hypno disc looking thingamajig that was inspired by Jolu.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was just one day making something in RA2. Made something I liked, and it was kind of inspired by Wave Ripper a bit. I believe images exist in this chat, but I can't be bothered to get them.
Uh-huh.
And Joe Lucida was like, offered to help me, like, not help, just guide me for Gmod a bit to kind of get it in the game and built. And he did the visuals for it.
Nice.
Freeman added the disc, and I'm going to need to redo that for next season.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a robot. It might look like a frog. That's up for debate. It's a potential idea. Might or might not have been done. Who knows?
It might be a gecko.
It's a
We don't
mystery, if I'm being honest. No, it's not a gecko. Shut up.
Well, it's still an interesting little machine. It went 3-0 at this point. 3-1, but yeah. It's still fun, entertaining, destructive, and that is the hypno disc that I've been trying to get my itch of. Yes. So, anywho, besides Kings, now let's talk about the Season 1 champ. With Sparks, what was your, I wouldn't say your influence, but what was your upgrades coming into this season? You did well in Season 3. You got, what, an iron medal? A 4th place medal?
Fourth.
4th place medal? 5th place medal? But,
So, yeah.
yeah. What was your inspirations or your, what was it, your upgrades for Sparks for this season?
I think there was a couple of upgrades I did. I think the big one was the new blade. Like, the two-toothed one.
Oh, yes.
I think yeah. So I think that hits quite a bit harder than the single tooth one from seasons 2 and 3. But it also had some issues, which I kind of knew going into this episode.
Oh.
You probably noticed in some of the previous fights where if it bounces off a wedge, it tends to wobble a lot in midair. It kind of looked like some kind of Paul Hood instability or something like that, like Mahler dancing or something like that. But
Or ballerina.
that wasn't the issue. Like, I know that wasn't the issue because it was a stable blade in testing. But for some reason, the one that I brought into the arena had those issues where as soon as it bounced off a wedge, it would fly up in the air and bleed all of its energy by the time it landed. So it kind of, yeah, it wasn't really at 100% going into this episode. I didn't find out what the issue was with it until after the season had ended. In fact, I think like a month or two ago, maybe.
Would that explain?
So quite some time later.
Will that explain the new blade that's on your robot now? We're not gonna show any pictures of it, but we'll just do that as a teaser for people. You know.
Isn't it a round object now?
Yes.
It is a round object, yes.
Awesome.
Which may have been made by someone else in this voice chat.
Aye. It's totally not from a different robot this season that we just stole.
It's totally not the one that I also have too.
Just cool.
Anyway, other than that, there wasn't really that many changes from the last 2 seasons, really, to be honest. It was just kind of minor updates to keep it up to date with the rules. But the bot itself has been pretty much unchanged since, well, pretty much season 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I think season 1 to 2 was kind of the biggest jump, and that's just been kind of minor updates since then.
Literally.
I'm hoping for next season to finally get around to doing a full rebuild of it.
Oh.
So it might look quite a bit different from the last couple seasons. I've been meaning to do a complete rebuild for a while, but it's
just not
something else is always caught up, and then by the time, hey, new season of BashBots has been announced, I never have time
to
get around to
Jag,
doing the proper one. Yep.
So Jag, is it then becoming a vert? Because that's what everyone says. If it's a massive rebuild, it becomes a vert.
No, it's just huge wheels. Yeah.
Oh,
it's just
huge
that
wheel,
one,
yeah. Jesus.
Rapid Cat, where it's like PP3D's undercolor and Gabriel's wheels cambered.
Oh, that's well, that's BK copyrighted. So
That's scary.
I feel like everyone else in the competition may murder me if I tried that.
if you, I don't think you will even get to the competition. Your car will literally get rammed off the road.
Kroger's now.
Only by Kroger.
Yes.
Yeah. He has connections.
Question: when did you make the change to stop driving drunk?
That was after season 2.
Okay, I was just making sure because I forgot if season 3 was just ping issues.
That was just ping issues, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, well, it wasn't really ping issues. It was more just an intermittent connection. So most of the fight would be completely fine, but then I would completely lose connection for like a solid 5-10 seconds.
Oh.
So like, I think you can see at one point in like the Mars fight, it just like he's upside down. It's the perfect time to go in and hit him from behind and cut his wheels off, but it just spins in the spot for like a solid 5 seconds.
And then
which is really annoying looking at it.
And then your leg was like
after the fight. Yeah.
Your leg was like, you activated my trap card. Pretty much, right? Yes. No.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. As soon as a good opportunity comes up, it's always just, nope, you lose sight of this for the next 5 seconds.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully now, like, it still was some issues in this season, but now they have hopefully been sorted. So next time round, you should be seeing it at a proper capacity.
I hope to kill it. Or maybe Wither. Or maybe Toaster.
I have no more excuses.
Oh, yes. More excuses. Okay. All the excuses.
I look forward to dying horribly and having no excuses, yeah.
Yes.
My fave.
Nice. Anywho, season, or episode 8. Basically, all these positions were, okay, am I going to get a good position, or I'm going to get a bad position, or I'm not going to be in the top 16 at all. There are no rumbles in this, thank God. I mean, I don't have problems with rumbles. They're all fun and that. But, yeah. It's nice to see one in another episode. Or 2. Or 3. But yeah, we've got 5 fights here. All of them were honestly very good. So let's talk about the very first one. Wither over here, Mr. Amethyst, and then yeah, it was a good back and forth fight, dominating, but at the first minute and a half, and then Wither, what was your plan dealing with the Amethyst and Sploodle? Because you know how Amethyst is. It likes to kill people. It likes to destroy people. What was the plan for this part so that way you won't be a blunder?
But basically, like from seeing Amethyst fight, I kind of knew what its weakness was, because basically with Amethyst, it's like a very good wedge, and as a big spinny thing that goes very very fast. A big spinny thing go boom. Basically, what happened, because I saw in the GoldenEye fight, which I was there. I already had the strategy what GoldenEye basically did fall out, and just I want to do better. But basically, getting the vert underneath his wedge, make him unbalanced, like basically unbalancing himself around, which is when you have to strike. And then hope to get like something. And I was gonna try and get his Shremek or his support, because I heard his support is only 50. Only 50 years, which is the minimum weight for props, which is basically one-shotable normally. Except for Wishbone, because Wishbone didn't do damage.
Wait, I thought
this
minimum
season.
was 25, or was that me?
Oh no, it was 50, same as his Shremek, which if you can knock out the Shremek and then flip him over, he's done.
Oh.
He can't stuff right, which... Yeah, that was like the main goal. Just get that Shremek and just keep him from spinning up. Because if he's down, he can't do anything. If he gets back up, then I have to roll the dice again of if I can get under. Which, halfway through the fight, he stayed upright for a little while and then started having a bit of fun with me.
He had Captain No Captain Chunk.
It's always very funny.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That sounds...
He's,
he had fun with you.
He did get a few, yeah, and then I had a bit more fun back, which he did try to kill me in person by tossing that sign through the wall against me. Luckily enough, it missed me. It nearly hit my character.
Oh.
Just imagine just you fighting on BashBots and just that sign just hitting you in the face, in the knees. You'll be dead. Well, not dead, maybe just.
Maybe crippled.
Legs.
Crippled for life, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Jack, that's your strategy for fighting me, right? Just don't go for it. Go try and eat through the arena so you can...
Just completely ignore your opponent and just smash the glass right in front of you.
Okay. That's the strategy, yeah.
Just spontaneously... you just spontaneously pull out a gun and just try to shoot him through the bulletproof glass. Or the Lexing glass.
Yeah.
There. Bang.
Yeah.
Done. But...
weren't you also asking for this fight?
Yes, actually. I was going to say that and then I forgot. Basically, before, after, at the start and I think at the middle, I really wanted this fight. Because I was like, okay, this would be the best test for me.
Mm-hmm.
And no one else wanted to fight Amethyst. And I was like, right, I will fight Amethyst. Fuck it. Give it to me. And I had to wait, and then finally I got Amethyst, and I'm happy with it. Now I just have to do the same thing next year, maybe, with the new version. Or whatever the fuck else over it.
Like Mike Gronick.
I mean... my girl. Well, I actually, for Fight Night, I actually looked at it like, okay, what if I hadn't had Wishbone, I had my Gronick, and I looked at each fight, and I was like, I would have probably gone like 1 in 3.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have gone against Min, then against against Rage Against Frisch I would have died, because that my Gronick didn't drive how I liked it to. Then against Siren I would have probably lost, and here I would have lost all my wheels very quickly.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been as good.
It was a
That
good,
just means enter revert to BashBots.
yeah. You basically dominated the competition. So, congratulations for being the third bot in 4-0. So that'll actually give you a good shot in the or that'll give you a good position in the top 16. And
Yes.
yes. All right. Let us get to the next fight, shall we? So this one,
The fight where the oldest man ever looked
Yeah.
like he forgot how to drive.
yes,
Which one?
Tranquilizer and ETA.
Tranquilizer versus Ita.
ETA.
It's
ETA.
it's an ETA.
ETA.
Etta.
ETA. Same thing.
Edda.
So,
Hey, another rotor, mate.
yeah, another robot that you made, but this one was a little bit more. I would say if they win, definitely a shot on the top 16. The other one, a bit iffy because both of them were 2-1 at this point. And with this fight, it was you had some good flips from ETA in that, and definitely some scares with ETA. Against Tranquilizer because there was a few times that they almost hit them into the pit or almost out of the arena, but Tranquilizer also had more hits than ETA. Sometimes I think there was like 1 or 2 scares that Tranquilizer did, and ultimately Tranquilizer won in a unanimous decision. Any thoughts, ladies and gent?
I'm surprised how well Moldy did.
Oh yes.
But
Yeah,
he
it was
did- he did.
Molly is a bit of a solid driver.
Mhm.
It just.
He's-
I wonder how the fight would have gone if it wasn't like a Boos's first comp back in like 82 years.
Oh.
True.
He did seem to be getting a bit more into the swing of things as the match went on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Although I do
just
like
have to match
ETA as
up
well.
right now, and you said that right as he drove over the floor spike, so.
Oh.
Well,
Seems about right. Yeah.
those flips from Moldy were fucking scary.
Oh yeah.
Like Moldy
Yeah.
got so close so many times. I was like, "Come on!" But I think I wasn't there for the fight. I don't remember it at least. But I was like, looking back, I was like, it could have ended in a lot of fights this season could have ended in 30 seconds, but
Mhm.
didn't. Like, what other fight was like nearly? I think Multicargus was also a near very quick knockout, and then it went for nearly 3 minutes.
Oh yes.
Just
Honestly,
it didn't go the way of Sparks and Crow Monster, so
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Oh yes.
Isn't it,
Yeah.
Jag?
Honestly,
Let's avoid those wherever possible in the future.
I think that this was. I think this was the best ETA has done and Moldy in BashBots. They went 2-2, so there's nothing to be ashamed of on that one, especially when they won against 2 Rumbles against multiple opponents. So hopefully the next machine will be pretty good, just like this one. And yeah, Tranquilizer definitely got a shot in the top 16, but we don't know what. Anything?
Yeah,
else?
I will say ETA probably because 3-2 and 2 rows made it into the bracket again.
Mm-hmm.
I think ETA it was probably like 2 you already probably knew like what was it? Tenderlove and Tenderlove Claymore.
Tenderlove,
were
Claymore,
more
and
certain,
Cosmo.
and Cosmo. They were pretty certain already, kind of ish.
Yeah.
Because those 3 have all done pretty well. And then ETA is probably the closest to also getting. I think that would have been, if that were 17 seeds, which that would never be, but it would be the 17th seed. It kind of, I feel like it deserved that slot a lot more than, let's say,
Some of the others.
Cosmo or something, or Claymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
But it didn't.
Gumdrops, Mars. This one was going to be
Yeah.
something like a Sparks versus Mars-esque, because horizontal versus flipper kind of thing. So Gumdrops, or toaster. Sorry.
Yeah,
What was your
I
approach for the season 3 champion?
just basically get him to waste as many flips as possible and get him into an angle where I can hit him.
Uh-huh.
Because that's how Gmod works.
Oh, yes.
Their wedges, you could make them as big as you want generally,
Mm-hmm.
and you won't have to deal with like armor and stuff around them, so it's just going to be deflecting me 24/7 unless I hit him from a weird angle.
Yeah.
So that entire fight was basically just me trying to ride up his flipper in some way or bounce off him to get him to flip or waste flips.
Mm-hmm.
And I even try at some points just to bait him near Uda corners or something where
Yeah.
I know I could get out of easily without getting flipped
Yeah.
and just get him to waste a flip. And fun fact, at the end of that match, Gmod rules, technically, that flipper was incredibly dark. I believe
Yeah.
Mr. Robo Bowler himself said it was like a flip or two from coming off or a hit.
Oh, boy.
So
It was, yeah. I was there for that fight. Yeah.
So it was closer
It-
than it seemed.
Oh, yeah.
You did a fantastic job hitting like the seams of the flipper,
Yeah.
like between this flipper and the wedge.
Yeah, he
That's-
got... Yeah, he got a lot.
I think like there were two different parts of that were. Yeah, like it wasn't just one part; it was like multiple parts were getting ready to fall off at that point.
He could have probably blown
It
off
was
the
just a
It's
chassis.
case-
just yeah,
Robo was just quite well at driving. Like anyone else was driving Mars for that, I probably would have won.
Yeah.
yeah.
You could
I
have
would say
won.
so.
You could have won that one. But Mars was able to
Also,
get more...
my controversial take: the judges are paid off by youngsters. I was
Yeah.
the judging decision was rigged against me because I removed a sponsorship.
Spoiler.
Yeah,
A lot of people
I'm
thought that
sorry.
Gumdrops was going to take that decision at the time.
I thought it was too.
It wasn't until we kind of watched it back.
But then
yeah.
I had like a
Watching it
strong-
back, you can kind of see a bit more where it comes from. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, like watching it back,
the-
it does feel
yeah.
a bit more one-sided towards Mars.
Yeah.
At the time, just we were all quite surprised at how many good hits you were getting in, and we really thought that something was gonna give at some point.
Yeah, it's just
So
a case of
yeah,
Uh-huh.
I was spreading out the damage a bit too far instead of targeting one part.
I was hoping for...
yeah. I think that kind of speaks to Robo's driving ability as well. Is how he was able to make sure that different props were getting hit
Was it a uni-
throughout the
Instead of
fight, so that no
one.
individual bit got torn off.
Was it a split or a unanimous decision?
Also,
Sorry, go ahead.
somehow my wheel guards came off in that fight.
Was it
The
a...
world-
Yeah,
may
what,
never
what?
know.
How did that come? How did it happen? The wood
The
guards.
world may never know.
I have a feeling it just. Well, it kind of looked like your blade hit him. I know they're no collide. So
they were
I,
no collided with the blade.
I think it could have been you hit the flipper of Mars and that hit it. How heavy were they? 50 kilos.
Yeah, they're 50. They're
Okay,
just-
then maybe you hit the flipper of Mars so hard that it got all the kinetic energy in the
Oh
world
yeah,
and
that's
breathed too hard on the wheel guards.
That
That's the-
would have hurt.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think Mars does flex a ridiculous amount. I think after the Sparks Mars fight in last season,
Uh-huh.
we did a match of that like in half speed slow motion,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it just
remember.
flexed a ridiculous amount. Like,
I remember
like
that.
the side parts were almost at 90 degrees to the base part of the bot at one point.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
just how flexy Gmod props can be at times.
Wow.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's not.
It's funny, but
Just when
then
it happens to you, it's quite tragic.
it's like science, except science can sometimes say "fuck
If-
you"
if-
to them. Right? Or am I wrong?
If only we didn't have Gmod Flex, then all the world would be cured.
Yes.
Yeah. You never know.
We'll never know. Poor Gumdrop.
Anyway,
But yeah.
next one.
Yes. Next fight. Panther and Loki. And Panther was doing the unusual setup of having a front hedge flipper on one side, a spinner on the other, and then Loki had a unique, what would you say? Another unique kind of grappler
Fork
attachments? Forks? And then
setup. Yeah.
it didn't really work out for Loki altogether because Panther was either A, hitting him with his bar, or B, was trying to yank him with the front hitch Yes, Jose, I agree with you.
Like, it was just a case of total domination from Panther, and what makes it even more impressive?
Yeah.
The only setup Fred put friction on was the dual verts.
Really?
So he was driving that fight without friction.
Oh my fucking that how
That's impressive. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't fucking do that anymore. If I go back to my old robots, I'm like, how did I try?
Did you?
Well, except shells, but
Oh yeah. It was more of a dominating fight with Panther against Loki, and Panther is now 3-1, and Loki was out. Sadly, I don't think it did well enough for the top 16. Did any of you guys had any other thoughts about before we head towards the highlight fights?
And it was just good driving from Panther, which I'll say, like, before, like, becoming an active member of the server and seeing BashBots lineups and all, it was probably my personal favorite Gmod bot, and probably still is.
Oh yeah.
And then you fought
Sorry
it,
to
didn't
insult
you?
you, Jag.
But,
It's not Sparks. I don't care if
It's
I'm
okay.
insulting with it, though.
Yeah. I know you love Wishbone. See,
It's
it's like
everyone's favorite bot. Everyone loves
yeah.
it when it bounces around.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
it so far this season it's been pretty
This
controlled.
season,
It looks
Kinda.
controlled because I was actually attempting. I was trying to not get it bouncing.
You know, this is another.
and now
This is another bot we haven't
Yes.
really talked about. Panther is 3-1 and definitely has a chance in the top 16. You know, compared to the last few seasons, didn't even go to it went into the wild cards, got murdered by Sparks, and then in season 2 it
And then
went
I
into the
exist.
top 32. So, yeah, this is definitely
it
a huge
is
improvement.
Panther's cool.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is a cool robot.
Super solidly built. Yeah.
Yeah. I
I think
hope
the multiple
next,
configs as well is like this fight kind of showed how useful that can be,
Uh-huh.
as he was able
Yeah,
to take a lot of the
like-
control points away with the lifter config.
And if
And
there
still
wouldn't be a
do
lot
damage.
of use for going with dual vert just because of how durable Loki is.
Oh,
Like, damage already wasn't going to be done, so why sacrifice control?
yeah.
I will say about the fork setup that Alex uses. I've told him many times that it doesn't really work with those forks because I know those forks aren't the lowest. Like they kind of worked here, but it just felt they're not that good forks. And I keep telling him you shouldn't do that for verts because Gmod doesn't work like IRL like that.
Uh-huh.
So, but if it works for him, then it works for him. It's his
Yeah.
robot. I didn't make Loki.
No,
So,
you didn't.
yeah,
It was made for $5.
only.
You
if
made the
only.
new claw for it, though.
Oh, yeah, I did make the new claws for it, but that was because business fucking begged me.
Oh.
The beggy business.
Oh yes. Let's head for the.
Beg.
Let's head to the highlight fights. The first one was Atlas against Goldeneye. This one was also a win or maybe go home situation. Definitely against Goldeneye. 'Cause, Atlas dominated him all throughout the match, and was able to UDA him in 2 minutes and 30 seconds of sorts. So that gives him a 2-2 record, and Atlas is 3.
And
Or is it 3 and
not
3 and 1?
250. It was like 38 seconds on the clock when it went out.
Yeah, it was like what I meant to say was 30 seconds.
Within the
I'm
last
sorry.
minute of the match.
I'm on something. I must be on crack. But
Stop being on crack.
yes, I mean I need it. But were you guys in those fights or no?
I remember being on a server for some of these.
Just not
The-
with, not with this one.
The
Or-
Freeman fight with Atlas, I believe, was just as one-sided as it looked.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And I do have a mild fun fact about Ryan's Kitchen versus Siren.
Oh.
Tell me.
With how the brackets and fights were determined.
Uh-oh.
Spoilers, if I lost to Ryan's Kitchen, I would have been fighting Siren. In the end.
Oh yeah, that's how it worked. Yeah.
the fight.
Ryan's Kitchen.
Ryu Kitchen.
Ryan's Kitchen.
Ryu Kitchen is the like it is. It so far this season has been very under the radar.
Yeah.
I think only one of its fights was shown.
Yeah,
and it's
it was
not
against
really
Thunderwave.
done too much. At least now we know that we can get him back for the top 8 for the podcast.
Oh yeah, or the top 16.
Oh no.
Yeah,
top 16. I mean,
it looked like a more one-sided fight with Ryu Kishin and Siren as well. He won by a unanimous decision or was it a unanimous or was it split?
I think it was just decision. I
Okay.
don't think they specified anything.
Oh.
Not like the fight looked very interesting. It just looked like, oh, they
on
bombed.
the server for that fight, but I remember a lot of people calling it its best fight.
Mm-hmm.
Just the thing is, out of this round, there was like quite a few other good fights, so it didn't get a chance to be shown.
Oh.
You see, if the ETA fight was actually the 10-second KO, then maybe we could have seen it.
Yeah.
We could have seen the absolute dominance of the map.
Oh yes. And power slams and all that fun stuff. Now the last match was ironic, or I wouldn't say. Yes, Jose, I agree with you.
It was Bird.
Yeah, it was Bird. It was ironic because, we had Claymore. Yes, Jose. It was Claymore.
Bird is on to a warpath today.
Jose is spitting out facts right now. So it was Claymore and Calcifer. This fight was. Yeah, she's adding some facts here. It was basically Calcifer was dominating Claymore like Atlas did against Claymore in the top 16, and that gave him a chance in getting into the top 16 now. And now Calcifer is 3-1 too. Another underrated bot that we haven't mentioned a lot about lately. And it's only been one fight?
Amazing.
Oh yes.
Yeah. It was in the Rumble, but it is in the main. It was in the Rumble where people again Thunderwave exists, so people forget the opponent.
Yes.
It's just only Thunderwave.
An overhead became just an arena hazard for 3 minutes, so people thought it won.
Yes. Pretty much.
Basically.
Yeah, it just showed a lot of dominance, just like it did with its other fight that we saw, and that we had to show up for, and I had really bad audio feedback. But yeah, it was all for chances for the top 16 and that. So now you fought Polis twice now. One was KO, the other one was a split decision. Now this time you're gonna fight him and Polis or Kroga just basically had a different config for you. So with this in mind, what was your approach against facing Polis for the third time?
So it kind of required a bit of a different approach. It wasn't just the anti-horizontal config he had, he was also a fair bit faster than last time. So I knew I wouldn't really be able to get the spin up to full speed before he reaches me for the majority of the fight. So that's why you can kind of see me going a bit more wedge heavy. Just to... Well, maybe try to get underneath and hit his wheels and such, but mainly just to give more time for the blade to get up.
Uh-huh.
It worked. Well, you kind of saw how well the strategy worked.
Yeah. Well, you could have gotten some Viagra. Viagra would have fixed the blade. It would have gotten enough.
Viagra. What?
Viagra, the new sponsor.
Yeah, I think if the blade was working properly, I think it may have gone differently. I think you can see it. I hit the wheels a fair number. I hit the wheels a fair number of times. If the blade was working properly,
it could have just.
And I was able to hit the wheels like I did in that fight, it probably would have taken them off. But because of the issue where it kept bleeding all its energy, with that kind of instability jump that it did every time it hit a wedge of any kind,
mm-hmm.
There just wasn't enough energy to actually take a wheel off.
Oh.
if I had fixed that issue ahead of time, it could have ended differently. Maybe it could well have gone the same as well, because I think it was just properly focused for that fight. I think.
Oh.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
just a case of Polus is probably like one of the only few not a control bot flippers. It's like almost pure aggression. It's like almost in like a vert or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Virgo likes that.
Mm-hmm.
it was still a great fight though.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it was
Like-
a total domination to put it in a.
You almost
And
light.
I was gonna say.
And he also did a special move.
You almost got him
Yeah.
into the pit.
No one's ever done that move on this server before.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, he's,
No
no,
one
no
ever.
one has ever done it. Like, it's not like someone he got famous for.
Yeah.
Tracker.
Didn't happen.
Unseen before.
Sorry,
I wanna
George.
say.
Sorry, George.
Poor George.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Oh, he's fucking screaming right now.
He's probably trying to murder me. Or
Wait, was there? Wait, I've just thought about something.
Yeah.
Has Trucker had its third fight against Mosan?
Yeah. What happened was
What episode was that? I don't remember seeing it.
I remember seeing it on the server in person.
Yeah, no, I saw it on the server, but I've just remembered. I've not seen that fight actually on the
I
card.
don't think it's going to get edited into a highlight because Mulsanne despawned halfway through it.
Well, because I remember them saying it was an amazing fight.
Yeah.
But that's actually depressing because I remember being good. I was like, wait, didn't Tracker get a third fight? What record was the Tracker at the end?
I remember.
I think he lost
Tracker
everything.
respectively
I remember
won.
Tracker getting a third fight, but I don't know from what.
Oh, you were there. Wait, you have spoilers?
No. I
No.
mean, from the highlights and all that. Listen here, you little shit. Wait a minute.
No.
Yes.
No listening.
It was.
Shit.
It was. Yeah. It was it was a good fight, but it was sad face for Sparks because now he's 3-1, and Pulse is now flexing his muscles a bit more, and eating more dong energy, or drinking. I don't know what his preference is.
Freezing dude, seriously.
Yeah,
Eating more dumb energy.
Eating dog.
eating
Oh
dong.
no.
We need to make that fight
We're
happen.
gonna get fucking sued. Well, not sued. We're gonna get. Well, is it copyright?
Copyright infringements.
Well, not copyright. No. How do you call those things? We're not monetized.
I
We're
don't.
not getting monetization on this video.
I do not know.
You guys are getting paid?
But
No. So anything we should add on to that fight between Sparks and Paulus, because it was still a very good match and all. It was just more unanimous than like some of the other main event fights. Anything that
Yeah.
we could say?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh,
I think it's a good thing about the Fight Night card this time. It's like none of the fights were really absolute stomps either way. Like some of them were more one-sided than others, but every fight had a moment where it seemed like things could get turned on its head.
yeah.
yeah.
My
So-
favorite, or I think
I think it's probably one of the strongest fight cards we've had.
Oh yeah, I think my favorite.
I agree, Bird.
Yes, Bird agrees.
The bird always speaks.
The bird
the truth.
always agrees. I think my favorite part with that fight was, when he had you there, he was like, yes! And then when you just got up and he was like, shit!
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that was great.
Let's say that's not the only time he'll say that this season.
Yep.
No.
Bird agrees.
Yes. I was laughing my head off at that at the time as well.
Oh,
He should have had you laughing.
Yeah.
Like kept that in. Like, did you? So that's why you stalled your weapon.
oh.
I was laughing too hard, yeah. I was wiping tears out of my eyes, and when I came back, the bot was smoking.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh no.
oh
Yeah.
no.
It's
Yeah.
all
I wish
fire.
this, yeah. I wish the smoke effect was a bit more pronounced.
Electronics were borrowed from Lockjaw for that fight.
Yeah.
Oh.
Never borrow electronics
Donald
from Donald Hudson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have borrowed something from there.
It's not great. Anyway,
In this part now,
still Starman,
everything.
big man.
Yes, everything.
It's not.
So, can I just finish, you son of a bitch? I mean, yeah. Top 16 now.
Right. So we have the roles that made it in.
Yes.
So I'll read them out to you.
Yes.
I'm going to get my sheet back up because you
Okay.
did this last time.
Yes, we did.
It's the Starman sheet, the fancy sheet. The last time you predicted the seeds, which we don't look at anymore, that didn't happen. Totally isn't in the last episode.
Yeah, because I didn't.
Right. Okay. Anyway,
I didn't put them in. Anywho, let's do it.
Okay. So your 4-0s. Is he actually going to read them? Oh god. There you go. Right. Your 4-0s, which I will quickly say just for you.
Yes.
The seeding actually worked with basically 4-0s always get the top 3 because there are 3 4-0s. So then it's 2-1s and then it's the 2-2s. You're going to seed them in those groups.
All right.
So we have 4-0s. We have Wishbone, Mars, and Polis.
Yes. So
Wishbone, Mars, and Polis. All right.
First seed, definitely Polis, because dominating fights he had, and he yeeted some people out of the arena. Second one, Mars, also dominating, but not enough yeets out of the arena. Mars, or the one that Iran counts, but again, more dominating fights. Third, Wishbone, because you're a bitch, and because you didn't get any KOs, so that gives you a red flag on my card. But with Wishbone, it was, you won in your fights, but there was just not KOs or anything destructive. Or I wouldn't say destructive. You did some good ripping and tearing, but you didn't destroy anything. But yeah, aggressive, all that fun stuff. And then what were the 3-1s?
Wishbone. Okay, so 3-1. Toasted Possum. You have Catch, Gumdrops, Virus with Virus, just him. It's not the robot.
Yes.
Atlas, Huge, Calcifer or Calcifier, Sparks, and my Fist, Tranquilizer, and the Panther.
Okay. So I'm gonna look at, because this or Botbuster, this is where I agree on most of these ones. Fourth, Amethyst, because destructive, all that fun stuff. It was, what do you expect from Amethyst? Number 5, Atlas, because dominating aggression, was able to yeet one person out of the arena and just didn't have much. Besides Polis and that, it was a very close decision on that. So I could agree with the fifth spot there. 6, Sparks, because while Sparks did lose against Polis, he did have more of a dominating factor on the last few bots. But we also have, I would say, number 7, Toaster here, and Gumdrops, because
Gumdrops.
he won from all knockouts except for the last fight. It could either switch from 7 to 6, 6 to 7, who knows. 8, Huge, because while he did lose against his first fight against Larry, he made up for it within his 2 rumbles. He destroyed one of the bots. He yeeted one into the lights, and business is still waiting to get Ming points or money out from those lights.
They're all for free.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I can literally. I have like 20 Wishbones just in the garage. They're all free.
Damn it. Can I have
Can't
That
buy
is
them,
actual currency though. Ming point wise, it's like 82 million point 5.
Yeah, true.
shit?
But then again, we could just rob the Ming Bank.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so number 9, Catch, which is one of the more improved bots within the season. Yeeted one bot in 30 seconds. Had more dominating fights against Tender Love. Not so much against Atlas. I forget which other bot that they fought, but it was also... Or no, it was Shock Factor. Shock Factor. He yeeted him.
Yeah.
Or she yeeted him, too. Out of the arena. So yeah, definitely worthy of that spot.
Mm-hmm.
10th spot, I would say Panther, because basically dominating stance, all that fun stuff, T-posing, and just because I wouldn't say not destruction wise, but he was able to get in a lot of hits with their opponents, able to get in, take them out, do the judges' decisions, be safe, that kind of stuff. Only lost to one fight though, which is Sparks. And then 11th, I would say Ryu Kitchen. Oh wait, no. Ryu Kishin. Again, just like with Catch, dominated them, held them off, lost to one fight, but that's that's one thing less to worry about. But was able to take on Thunderwave and able to win with a split decision. That definitely says a lot. And Troll Seed, Tranquilizer, the fight with Gumdrops definitely toned it down a lot. But then once...
It was fully because he forgot to EPD his weapon. I would have lost that otherwise harshly.
Yeah. I would say it was not his best season, but it was still a good fight or good.
Keep in mind, it was like his first time fighting, like actually a year or something.
Yeah.
No, he left the server for he left the server for a year, and then he did do fights for like half a year, and then he left for like half a year, I think.
Yeah.
Or like 3 months, something like that.
Like he was like on a massive break going into this, so like it's fair to say like he's getting into the groove of things.
Yeah, back into the groove.
He's now fully into it.
Yeah.
Jose agrees too.
And 13th
spot, Calcifer.
13th seed is Bird. Oh,
Calcifer, Bird.
Much
Calcifer.
Yeah.
Calcifer. Dominating, just like with Ryu Kishin. One against, what was it? Thunderwave? And another bot, which I totally forget. I apologize. And then
Thunderwave and
Devastator.
No.
Devastation.
Toads. Yeah. Devastation. Forgot that thing fought this year.
I forget what the bot was. I'm sorry, but just had more grappling, dominating style, and a unique form factor. Let's put it that way, and definitely worthy of that spot. Now the last of them are 2 and 2s.
Yes, so we have Cosmo, Claymore, and forgot the last one. Tender Love.
Tender Love.
Tender Love, Cosmo, Claymore.
Yes. So I'm gonna break a little bit from this. I would say the 14th spot would deserve to be Claymore at this point because, yeah, like Jose said, basically he Uda'd one person out and had a more dominating fight against one of the other bots. The Uda I mentioned is Tracker. The other one was against, I think it was first highlight fight. The other two, yeah. He had some good fight, or he did had a strong fight on Mars, but it was only short, and he got Uda'd. And the other one, Calcifer, took a few positions away from him, or one position away from him, but yeah, dominating factor in that too. Now, for this one, I'm gonna flip flop the two. The 15th seed, I would say Tender Love at this case because, yeah, he had a dominating win against Musan, and he had another good fight with the other opponent, but he did lose against Panther in his other one by a split decision, and the other one was not so much. I think I might be wrong. I'm not entirely sure. But then the last one, sadly, Cosmo, the most boring great bot ever. Yeah, he won against Starfire in a few seconds, or like in 30 seconds, I think.
Very quick.
Yeah, very quick.
Just very quick.
Yeah.
You know, his fight against Siren, yeah, it was a split decision. He dominated vertically on challenge, which was not a surprise, but he lost in a bad fashion against Huge, and we're still waiting for the repair bills on that. Oh wait, it's free. But
For free.
Yes. I think it was one of his worst. It's definitely one of his worst seasons. But even though he was still performing pretty well, it was just those 2 losses definitely added up. So yeah, those are my top 16. That was a good fight.
Anyway,
Cool. Yeah.
Any thoughts, Jagntag, before we have to throw Wither into the Tiber, just like all the Roman prisoners?
what?
I think just Wither smells.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he's
I
going
love
to the
you
Tiber.
too, Jag.
I love you too, bro.
But
I
you
look
see,
forward
I'm
to
gonna
kicking your ass
delete
next
that
season.
this. Yeah, I'm gonna delete that this right before the fight, so you can't use it.
Oh.
Then they'll just beat you with invisible hitbox.
Oh yeah. Fuck. That's right.
Yes.
Oh no. The invisible spinner.
Oh yes. So
Anyways,
I think that's all we need to say.
that was the not podcast.
Yeah,
That was not a podcast.
that was not the podcast. Thank you all very much for watching. Be sure.
No, now we start.
Do you have to end everything on a sour note, Wither? Do we have to?
What?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean Wither's here, so like just
Can you
have him leave
Can
first,
you?
and that's the
I'm
positive
gonna
note.
ask you politely to shut the fuck up.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. Galacticstorm saying, "Keep charging, bitches, and we'll see you next time."